Welcome back, everyone, to another installment of the Pokemon Draft League. I am in the Burn Tower Draft League. This week, man, we've got a banger for you. We've got yours truly, Ducky, the coach of the Sootopolis Psyducks, versus Tasmania, the coach of the New York Vespiquen. I love his logo, man. I gotta be honest, it's a great logo. Without further ado, as you may expect, we'd be hopping into the team building now. But first, as you guys saw the title, Urshifu stands proud. Stand proud. You may have heard of that before. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Bow now 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 now. Bow now 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 now. Bow now 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 now. Bow now 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 now. Now, 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 bow now, 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 bow now, now, bow now, now, bow now, now, bow now, 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 now. No, 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 no. I hope you guys did enjoy my fantastic singing of Stand Proud. Anyways, let's hop into the head-to-head matchup. This is the speed chart. As you can see, we have fantastic speed tiers. Espada is kind of a fake speed tier because speed boost. But initially, I do have 3 mons that can outspeed it. Jug with booster energy can outspeed it. Even at +1. Literally every Pokemon here outspeeds all of his Pokemon by a base speed. I mean, obviously, Toxapex, Fortress, Abomasnow, things like those aren't really going to be running speed. But it is important to think about that stuff like Donphan can outspeed Pex and Fortress if it needs to. So let's get on with the first Pokemon I've chosen. So the first Pokemon is my man, Urshifu Single. He's back. It's Urshifu. Alright, need I say more? Running the black glasses this week just for some extra damage on my Wicked Blows, one of the moves I'm running. Unseen Fist. I am running a Jelly Nature because at 208 speed EVs, I can outspeed a max speed, positive speed nature Landorus by 1 point. If I need to, Landorus Therian. I have 252 in attack, so I can hit hard, and the rest in 48 speed F, just, maybe I could eat a special hit in case. I'm running Close Combat, Dual Stab. I'm running Fire Punch because Wicked Blow is a 3-hit KO on a max HP, max defense, plus defense nature Fortress, while Fire Punch is a 2-hit KO, so if I predict the Fortress coming in, to try and eat a physical attack, he doesn't like a Wicked Blow. It still does, I think, over 30%, 35%. But Fire Punch just allows a 2-hit KO, maybe less hazards getting up or damage on Urshifu. And the last move I'm running is U-Turn to pivot out. Originally, I was running Poison Jab over Fire Punch and Stone Edge, but I realized I wasn't clicking those moves too often, and I did want something for Fortress, because I did believe it was being brought. Because it is his only removal of hazards, and I could easily hazard stack him with something like Glimmet as a suicide lead. So that's why I wanted Fire Punch, and U-Turn is also very good at not allowing him to set up on Urshifu, allowing me to pivot out. And yeah, Urshifu, great Pokemon. As you saw in the thumbnail, it does put in work this game. So let's hop into my next Pokemon. So for our next Pokemon, we have the Jug, Iron Jugulus. Obviously Cork Drive ability. I am running the Booster Energy item. I will be gaining 1.5 times speed. I'm running a Timid Nature and 252 special attack to just hit hard, 252 speed. I was unsure on what kind of EVs the Espatra would bring, speed-wise. so I wanted to make sure that I outsped it. Also, a Scarfed Mian Xiao, I wanted to outspeed that when my booster energy gets activated, and then just 4 Spidef. Please ignore the water icon. A guy sent me the other 3, as you can see, how they're the Gym 5 ones, because I just personally think they look the greatest. But he did not send me the water one, because it was further down on the list, and it's a whole thing. But anyways, I should have it for next week's video. But I am running Air Slash. Originally I did run a Hurricane, but I don't want to miss. And I was also running a Rain Dance. The Dunsparce set, but my opponent has a Bomb Snow and it kind of thwarted those plans, you could say, so I just wanted the Air Slash Earth Power for things like Toxapex, and it's a generally good move into some of his Pokemon. Stuff like Volk, Mian Xiao, they don't want to be taking too many of them. We have Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse was for Espathra. Mainly, I think that was the only thing, really. Yeah, it was only for Espathra. Because if he did run the stored power set, it could be kind of a menace into my team. And then Hydro Pump, good into Lando, good into Volk. Pretty decent into Fortress as well. He doesn't have great special attack. Just a hard-hitting move, and originally it was going to be in the rain. I did think about changing Hydro Pump out a few times, but originally it was okay. I wasn't going to click it too often, so I wasn't too worried about my 4th move. But yeah, let's hop in the 3rd Pokemon now. Alright guys, we have the GOAT, Dunsparce here. I'm running Leftovers just for some more sustainability. I'm running Serene Grace this time. I am Calm, a plus Spidef nature, I think minus attack. It's not one of those that everybody knows, so I like to clarify. Now this looks like a Chinese EV spread if I've ever seen one. So first off, we have 252 HP, you know, pretty standard on the Dunsparce. 116 Spidef and the Calm nature, as well as the 252 HP, allows me to live a max, a 252 EV invested Espathra at with +2 speed and 2 Calm Minds up stored power. It allows me to live one of those. Now if it's modest, there's a roll to die, but most of the time they do not run modest. The 76 speed allows me to get, if I get an agility off, it allows me to outspeed a max speed Volcarona with 252 EVs and a plus speed nature. And the 64 special attack was what I had left over, just to do a bit more damage. Now I'm running Air Slash. You know, if I get an agility off, I can outspeed a lot of his team and Air Slash flinch away, which is very annoying to play against with Serene Grace. Agility as well. As I said, I have Boom Burst, just insanely high base power stab damaging move. And I have Dragon Tail just in case something like Espathra or Volk gets out of hand. I can live a hit and Dragon Tail it out, so I can't get swept by it. And yeah, that's my Dunsparce set. It took quite a few mocks to get to this. I did have a Rain Dance Hurricane one to begin with, over Air Slash and Agility, but I found this to be the best. This is also great, just sending off Boom Burst. I mean, his only resist is Fortress, and its Spidef is not great, so it doesn't love taking Boom Burst. Alright, let's hop into the 4th Pokemon. Alright guys, so our 4th Pokemon is Tauros Paldea Aqua. A mouthful once again. I'm running a Rindo Berry, which is the grass berry. If you get hit by a super effective grass move, you take half the damage from it. I was very debating between a Payapa, which is the psychic one, and Rindo, which is this one, the grass. I did opt going with Rindo because I felt that Abomasnow might come. Granted, you know, Espathra could just click Dazzling Gleam on me over Psychic, in case they fear of a Payapa. But the ultimate decision was that Giga Drain on Volcarona would be better into my team than Psychic, so I thought it would be more common, a better chance of grass moves being used on Tauros, so I went for the Rindo. Intimidate, Jolly Nature. I am running 252 attack, 52 speed and 4 speed F. I am running max speed Jolly because if the Volcarona is a max speed and timid, then we will be speed tied. Now, I did get a great excuse to use the normal one again, so I didn't have to use the water Gen 5 move typing that I don't have, because Raging Bull is technically a normal move. It only changes based on the type of Tauros. So it's actually a water move, but say it's normal, so I don't have to use that icon again. I'm running Raging Bull Break Screens, which is great against Abomasnow and Grimmsnarl. I am running Bulk Up and Sub in case there's a chance in front of something like Toxapex where he wants to Toxic me. I can go for a Sub, Bulk Up. An EQ, if he is not a Fizz Def Toxapex, then he dies to 2 EQs after a Bulk Up. He dies to 3 without a Bulk Up, so I just want to run it so I didn't get walled by Toxapex. And yeah, this is my Tauros set. There were a few different iterations. I did have Raging Bull, Bulk Up, Close Combat, and Earthquake, but I felt that Substitute was better than Close Combat because I could just go for Raging Bull instead. Alright, on to the 5th Pokemon. So for my 5th Pokemon, we have Goldango, an amazing Pokemon I'm sure all of you already know. We are running Leftovers for more sustainability. Good as gold. We are running Modest because I did not need a plus speed nature. Here's why. So I have 252 in special attack, 148 in speed. Seems like a weird speed thing. The reason I can run such little speed on Goldango is because of the speed tiers. The only thing I needed to be faster than was Abomasnow, right? And Abomasnow is like 15 less base speed than Goldango, something like that. It's quite a dip, which allows me to run 108 in special defense, giving me quite a bit more bulk on the special side. I'm running Flash Cannon and Shadow Ball, both stabs. I did not need Make It Rain because all of the Steel weak Pokemon like Baxcalibur don't have a great special defense stat already. He has no Shadow Ball switch in. Thunder Wave, Spread Paralysis. The only ground type he has is Lando T, and that thing doesn't want to come in on like a Shadow Ball or something. So unless he was expecting the Thunder Wave, it's a great move to just click. This was also my best Toxapex counter, as I can outstall it due to recovers and leftovers, and I can paralyze it. And even a max BDF, max HP, plus BDF nature Toxapex doesn't like taking Shadow Balls. Goldango is my best Toxapex counter, and also to just click Shadow Ball. It's a great Pokemon. It's going to do a lot of damage since it's modest and max special attack. Originally, I did have a Trick set with choice specs. Since he didn't have a Ghost Switch in, I just thought, hey, I'll click Shadow Ball every turn. But giving Toxapex in the rain a choice specs, and I don't have any Surf switch-ins. Tauros is my best, and even though he resisted, Tauros's special defenses subpar to say the least. So that was not the best move. So I took the specs off, and I just thought paralyzing it. I also said paralysising it. Paralyzing it and outstalling it would be the best move. Alright, let's go to our last Pokemon now. And the last one I am bringing is Dadon. Running the heavy duty boots so I can keep my sturdy in case I have to switch in on some hazards. I'm running sturdy. Adamant nature, 252 HP, 252 attack, 4 special defense. Very, very standard stuff for Mr. Dawn. I'm running Earthquake, Stone Edge. Quake Edge is really good into his team, so I really wanted to bring it on at least one Pokemon. Now I was debating on these last two moves. I wanted Ice Spinner so I could beat Lando T in a 1v1, but I also needed removal. Rapid Spin I think I had to bring, but I was debating whether I wanted to bring Ice Spinner or something like Rocks or Knockoff. Rocks are pretty good into his team, I can't lie, but I think my other options I liked better. I wanted to either run Knockoff or Ice Spinner. I settled on Ice Spinner. Just if it came down to it, I can take EQs from a Lando T pretty dang well, and then I can hit back with an Ice Spinner that will KO unless he gets an Intimidate off on me. Donphan's a great Pokemon. This guy was also here to sit in front of me and Xiao. If it did come, it's really the only thing on my team that can eat hits from me and Xiao very well, because me and Xiao has great coverage. I believe it got Ice Spinner this generation or this DLC, one of the two, allowing for it to hit Donphan for super effective damage and a way more powerful attack than something like Ice Punch. I think it gets Ice Punch. I don't know. It gets great coverage nonetheless. And this Donphan could sit in front of it and threaten a KO or an almost KO with Earthquake. So that's why I brought Donphan. I hope you guys agree with the team I brought. And let's go ahead and hop right into the battle. What's going on, everybody? I do greatly apologize, but I accidentally deleted the 40-minute recording of me playing the game. Of it being live. So with my dearest condolences, I am going to have to do a post-game commentary over it. We will hop right into it though. I'm sorry you didn't get to see my initial reactions. I think my initial reaction was, woohoo, there's no Abomasnow or Toxapex. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. So I lead the Dunsparce. It was my lead anyways, and I'm like, okay, Landorus can't do much to me. I'm a special attacker here. I'm gonna click agility, he U-turns. I'm like, perfect. He goes Fortress. I'm like, perfect. Absolutely perfect. I would have outsped Fortress anyways, but the agility does confirm it. And then I proceed to air/clinch him. Not once. Not twice. But 3 times in a row. Letting it be, I think, about a 60-70% roll for Boom Burst to KO, and I do get it. It's just Ring Grace Gaming. So Fortress being out opens up Urshifu greatly. I do go for a Boom Burst here to scout, and I go Tauros. He parting shots, which is great for me, as I do switch out. I'm glad he did not Spirit Break on Tauros. The Landorus goes out, I go back into Tauros, get the Intimidate so I can live Spirit Breaks or Play Roughs, parting shots, but I get a free Raging Bull here to break his screens. Espathra takes a solid chunk out. I do switch out here into the Dunsparce though, as he goes Landorus Therian. Right here, I'm like, alright, I'm in a great position. I've killed Fortress, I've knocked out his screens. This is a free Boom Burst for me into anything. He does Stone Edge crit, which is kind of annoying, but it's not the end of the world. And I get some really nice damage off on Land OT. Grim does come back out now though, as I Boom Burst again, taking 35%, which is a very good chunk. I do go Tauros again. He parting shots, giving me another free Raging Bull. Unfortunately, the double attack, sorry. I did substitute there. I thought I Raging Bull. I do remember now. I said it was a free sub because I didn't think he'd go Landorus and give me another attack drop, but it was well played by him. He does break my sub with an EQ, but I do get a free Raging Bull just shy of the KO because of those attack drops and the screens being up. Donphan comes in. I unfortunately was going to let him go down, but he does double back out, saving Landorus, in case that was a roll maybe, and goes into Volk. I do go for a Rapid Spin, and it does a ton to Volk. I know this is not a bulky Volcarona at all, in the slightest really. I do get the Flame Body, unfortunately, but it is good knowledge that I know that Volk is at least decently invested into speed, because I didn't outspeed it with being +1 as Donphan. Jugulus comes out. You go for an Air Slash, and I do see that this is a specially defensive Volk. Not a lot of HP or physical defense, but just special defense. By how much that Air Slash did, it did nothing. Bug Buzz does come down. Does do a lot to Jug, but I do force him out now. Air Slash comes down. 26%. Now I'm sitting here, I'm like, alright, he's going to click a light screen so he can live another Air Flash, get a Reflect, and he's sitting in a great spot. I would love to keep my booster energy speed on Jugulus, but I can't let him set up, so I have to go Tauros. He goes for light screen, like I said. I substitute here. Spirit Break comes out, so I do know he has an attacking move. He does Parting Shot though. And I get another Raging Bull and very key damage on a spot throw right there. I now go Goldango. He degleams. I eat that up for breakfast to get my leftovers. Basically at full HP. He does go Grim here. On the Flash Cannon Predict. I knew it was a safe play. Flash Cannon would have KO'd a spot threat anyways. So no point going Shadow Ball for Grim to come back in, possibly tank one, and then go for a screen. So I make a great read there. Landorus comes back out. It will force me out here. So I go Tauros, get the attack drop. Knowing I don't need Tauros anymore because Grim's gone. That was my main thing. I would have loved Tauros to get behind a sub and get a bulk up or two off. Sorry about that cut, but I'm back. Anyways, I knew I could sack Tauros here. It wasn't needed into any of these opponents. It's a great Pokemon, but it was definitely the one I could, the least useful out of my 5 left. So unfortunately, I was expecting Tauros to go down, but he actually switches out. Showing, I don't know why, because I really thought he was Scarfed Landorus. And let me see if he was actually. Send me the Pokédex. I don't remember. This was 2 days ago. Yeah, he was Scarfed. So I don't know why he didn't click or Quake again. He definitely should have. But I get some damage off in the backs. Like, yeah, he resists it, but he doesn't love it. I go to Dun to scout out the backs. Possible sack here. Goes for Ice Shard and then Icicle Spear. I believe he was loaded dice. Let me open this back up. Yeah, he was. Usually if they run Spear and Shard, they are loaded dice. So I go Urshifu to force him out. He goes Volk. Makes sense, it's very low. Close combat. Takes Volk out. I get a crit, but it did not matter. This is a specially defensive bulk. I was asking, but he was saying CC is a kill there anyways. This spot there comes in though and does scare Urshifu out if it's max speed. Was he max speed? He was high speed. He might have speed crept Urshifu. Tauros comes out here for a sack though, but he opts for a substitute. Great play on Taz's part, my enemy. He degleams. Fortunately, or unfortunately, I'm like, okay, the only way I can win is if he isn't like max special attack modest with Shadow Ball. I knew he would have some sort of psychic move. Yeah, this was a very long turn. But I go Goldango, I knock out a sub, and I did some calcs. I knew he couldn't KO me here. He goes for a sub again. I freely Shadow Ball. There's no downplay there. He does stored power. Doesn't do a lot. Crit wasn't even KO'd. So I get the KO on a spot throw. And right here, it took me like 4 minutes to think about this turn. If I wanted to sack Goldango, if I wanted to keep Jug alive, I could maybe predict the Ice Shard coming out and I could Terra Dark Jug to make him, or to let him live one, and then I could hit backs with like a Dark Pulse. Thought about it, but Goldango unfortunately was the most sackable. The crit did not matter. But yeah. So now I go into Urshifu and I threaten anything with the KO here with CC. So he does go for close combat. Or sorry, I do go for close combat. Take out the Excalibur. Landorus comes in, gets the Intimidate off. My attack drops. I'm pretty sure he's Scarfed at this point in the game. I'm not 100, so I go into Jugulus, sack him off. He has to go for Stone Edge, or else Jug would win. He misses Stone Edge, wouldn't have mattered, crit wouldn't even KO. And I land the Wicked Blow and win the game. A very close game. Yeah, as I'm saying, I was very scared he had Shadow Bell on his spot throw. If he had that, I may have just lost, honestly. Especially if he got like a special defense drop from the secondary effect from Shadow Ball. But nonetheless, a great game. And yeah, I'm very sorry that it was not live. I accidentally deleted the file when I was clearing out some of the old ones from like week 1 and 2, but it is what it is. Week 4, I will make sure I do not delete it. I think week 4 is going to be even more of a banger. Let me show you week 4's team. The guy I'm playing. I'm playing this guy for week 4. He's a fire team. He is 0-3 right now, but you know, he has a dangerous team. I haven't started prepping for it. My battle's in, what day is it? Monday? Okay, I got 3 days. But anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this one, and peace out. Thank you guys so much for watching week 3. I'm very sorry that I accidentally deleted the gameplay footage, the actual live gameplay. I was clearing out my stuff for like week 1 and 2. Accidentally deleted it. By the way, this is a sick fucking JoJo's. Oh, if you can see it. Well, it shows the golden ratio. I don't know if you saw it well. But anyways, fire hoodie. It was like $85. It's very thick though, like it's insanely comfortable. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy. Hope you tune in for my week 4 game. And yeah, thank you so much for sticking around and watching the content. And peace out.